Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SpeedForce Racing. My name is JB, and for once, I'm not in a car on a Monday. I'm actually up in Coventry at the request that I actually do this. I'm sure everyone in the SFR community has already heard, but on Saturday afternoon, we lost a rising star in motor racing. We lost Antoine Hubert, who, well, if you don't know, was a French Formula 2 driver who. Well, he meant actually a great deal to me. Not many people knew it, but I supported Hubert back from when he raced in European Formula 3, because I saw him when I was marshalling once and I thought he was great. And back then I thought, right, he's great, get through GP3. He was the last GP3 champion, last ever GP3 champion, because obviously it folded to being Formula 3. And when he passed up to Formula 2, I thought, this is fantastic. He'll be right on the money straight away, and he was. He was fun, he was happy, and he always seemed happy whenever he was doing interviews, and always seemed to be excited to see what people could do. Even through the hard times, he was happy. I wouldn't do this normally, but for some people, because the videos aren't too clear, this is what happened to Antoine. He was driving up Eau Rouge, and the car ahead was Giuliano Alesi, who actually had a puncture. The puncture caused him to sideline and hit the wall. Giuliano, obviously, thankfully, is okay. He slid across the track, Antoine hit him, and then, well, Antoine ricocheted off the wall, and then he was hit by Manuel Correa. Correa is okay. He's in a stable condition. He's been sent back to America now. He's all fine. But unfortunately, Antoine succumbed to his injuries, and I do have someone else with me on commentary tonight. I have James with me. James, when you heard the news, where were you, and the emotions?
When I heard the news, I was watching racing at a different circuit, so it was, to me, like when I heard it, it was like, wow, oh my god, somebody's actually died from doing an F2 race, which. Because look, thinking about it, you don't think it's what you think it's better now, the safety, but then it generally is not, as you can see, because he died. But yeah,
The normal mantra for all peoples in the world is that motorsport can be dangerous. For marshals, it's not that. For us, we say motorsport is dangerous. And that's why this is a harsh reminder that drivers can be killed at any point. I am fortunate enough not to have witnessed a fatality on track whilst I've been marshalling. I'm sure, James, you're fortunate enough not to have seen someone die on track as a spectator.
nope, I have seen somebody die. So
Oh,
yeah.
Well, you can obviously tell the feelings of it.
It was a bike race, and the bike wouldn't start on the grid, and then a bike just hit straight into the back of him.
Yeah, well, often happens in motor racing. But the one thing we must say is that SFR put an embargo out to all drivers, saying that no footage or pictures of the accident may be shared in the league chats or to the league social media at all. Hello, Felix, how are you? So we respected the fact, and I actually wrote a long tweet about Antoine on the SFR Twitter, which is still there. You can have a look if you so wish to do so. But as a sign of respect to Antoine, and the other divisions shall be doing this as well, on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we will hold a minute silence at the start of qualifying. So the time will tick down to 17:59, and then the drivers will be revealed to be able to go out on track. The commentary will be silenced as well. So James, if you choose to mute your mic and have some quiet reflection on you, I don't mind. But we will we'll have that minute silence just to reflect on what could have been, because it wasn't a matter of if he got into Formula 1. It was a matter of when. Earlier in the week, last week, there was lots of news stories coming out saying that F1 teams were looking at him and wanted him next year. So not only has Formula 2 lost someone, but Formula 1 has lost someone. The entire motor racing world will mourn. Even here on a video game where we didn't know him personally, we will mourn him, because that's what we do. We all take a hit together. The drivers being sent out on track, hopefully do remember, but we will not be showing. If anyone does go out on track, they will not be shown on stream. for duration of the qualifying until we are done with a minute. Okay. So now we're heading off to track. We have been sent over, so we're going to do a small bout of commentary until we get over. But yes, Hubert was. We want to show off for him. Actually, it's quite memorable that we talk about Hubert here because he is one of the scenes of his F2 wins he won in Monaco. He also won deservedly more in France, his home Grand Prix. So 2 French-speaking countries he won at. Monaco being the quote-unquote best because of it being how difficult it is, and France because of how much it meant to him. But we'll now go to a minute silence once the timer comes on. Please enjoy the minute silence here at Monaco. Thank you to all the drivers that chose to partake in that minute of silence. Energy Dan has actually been disqualified from it after he must have made a mistake and come out of the pit lane. We saw James Hook as well being deployed from the Williams garage. Drivers are running special helmets to commemorate Antoine. Predominantly, we'll see a lot of pink on track. Some drivers will be running the number 19 as well, of their own choice, but we're looking at the number 66 car, James Hook, who's out on track. Energy Dan has been disqualified as an unfortunate. Why do people go out AG30? Because what can happen sometimes, one person goes out and everyone else just reacts, but Energy Dan disqualified himself as a way of saying it because he stopped at the end of the pit lane to try and whiffed out the minute, but it didn't happen. But it's okay. We won't shout at them. We won't scream because this is to remember Antoine. And to be honest, the game commentator was driving me nuts anyway. Anyway, we're here at Monaco for the 6th round of the Gp4 Championship. What do the standings look like, Cadwell?
I'll get them up now for you and tell you about them. So we have a battle at the front. So at the front of the field, it is DBG leading the championship on 73 points, and then joint second are Podge and James Killer on 57 points. 56 points behind them is Ghost Cam, and then it is in 5th Xander, 6th Pro Oliver, 7th Broomy, 8th Energy Dan, 9th JD Savo, 10th Alco, 11th Blues, Spiffy Casual is 12th, Gutty Daddy is 13th, High Grade B 14th, The Origins 15th, Wessel 16th, James Hook 17th, the AG 30 18th and 19th DB, and then Bittle is last in 20th, and we do have DJ Clarkson and Funny as your reserves in it. So that means that it is Alfa Romeo who lead the championship on 121 points compared to Red Bull in second on 113, and of course Sport Pacer Racing Formula 1 are third on 104 points. And then it's Ferrari in 4th, 5th Renault, 6th Toro Rosso, 7th McLaren, 8th Mercedes, 9th Haas, and 10th Williams for you.
So those are our standings here, and we should probably, there's loads of debris here. We should probably mention the elephant in the room. Yes, SFR runs Monaco at night because when we went to our second game in the Formula One games on 2017, they allowed it to be night, and I made the comment of, hey, maybe we should do it at night, and it's become an SFR tradition. So all the races this week will be held at night to have some fun. And to be honest, it's a little bit more fun to have it at night, isn't it, James?
Yeah, it is fun to have it at night. It shows what the drivers. It looks better at night, I would say, than the daytime.
Yeah, I would, if I was the Monaco organisers, I'd really take the tempt of doing this, because can you imagine this at night, close off the roads at night, have the party that they have? It'd be awesome. As we look at Xander, they're running the number 19 for Antoine Hubert, and also running the pink and white helmet for him. So James Hook is going to give him a nice tow as we head onto the straight here. I actually perceived racing against these guys last week in Spain, as it's currently in Alfa Romeo 1 and 2. I'll tell you what, these guys are so much fun to race with. So following James Killer. So we're going?
Yeah, as I was going to say, they are really fun to watch as well, because they're not the quickest of drivers we've got in SFR, because they're this lowest division, but still, it doesn't matter what speed they're going, and that they still bring on some great battling and great fun. They
truly do. So if you look at James Killer coming into the Nobel chicane, or Swinpool chicane, sorry, now heading down into Tabac. Sorry, Formula E driver make a move into the back as he hits the wall. He almost Ralf Schumacher did, but he did very well to hold the car on the throttle pedal as he comes through now the chicane as they head down into I can't remember for the life of me what this is called. I haven't looked at Monaco in so long. Now through the final corner at the Rascas, and there we go, DRS opening as he powers down towards the line, and Sander Vogt. James Killer goes up 6th on the hard comment tires, but this track, I think at night it's so much easier to see the track, which is, it sort of levels the playing field a little bit easier.
Yeah, it actually does, because it shows you where everything is, and I like it. Well, I like it more at night, as I do keep saying, as James goes 0.1 slower. So,
Pro Oliver in the Ferrari with the white helmet, predominantly white with pink on it for Hubert, crossing the line now, and he goes P8. Pro Oliver, who's on a bit of a charge right now. This track has so much history. Whoa, as you see, the Toro Rosso, I think that was a racing point actually, of Blues diving out of the pit lane. Alco, who's not running a helmet. Well, he's running a black, white and blue helmet, which could be casted a bit for him, but nonetheless, it's fun to see. I haven't been up here in Collinsbox for Gp4 since round 1, so it'll just be really interesting to see what will happen for them. Anyway, so Cadwell, what were you? When you said you were at a racetrack, were you by any chance at Cadwell Park?
Yes, I was. Yes.
Yes. I had to try and make the joke, but yes.
Yes. No, I was. I was at Cadwell. Yes. I can't remember the time he did crash, but the day was minis, like little tiny minis racing, and Caterham like kit cars racing. So
club events.
And we had the British go-kart championships as well.
Ah, so you had a bit of club events with the go-kart sets. Always fun to see as we look at the Red Bull of Racing Pod. She's running number 19 in a blacked out helmet, so going for a blacked out approach is our favourite Swede. Well, one of our favourite Swedes, because we have so many. Crossing line is Podge, and he goes first. Podge having so much more experience than some of these drivers around this track. I myself was at Silverstone, marshalling on Saturday. I didn't find out until my phone exploded. I had messages from Alex, privately Rex, the co-commentator, messages from the admin chat, messages from my teammate Sophie in GP3 telling me, hey, Hubert's died, because they knew that Sophie knew. I think Sophie knew that I supported Hubert. Look at Brumi. But yeah, it doesn't feel real that someone's gone. And there was a whole point where these cars are supposed to be the safest cars ever, even Formula 2. But that car, I mean, I've seen a picture of the accident, and that's not something I'll share, but that car did not look like a car at the end. As Brumi comes through to back. Yellow flags are waving as he passes an incident. But I was off marshalling the World Endurance Championship, and I was off actually on Sunday with a couple of drivers from SFR hanging out and chatting while we were watching the World Endurance Championship race. That was mighty fun. I'll talk more about that tomorrow on the stream. As we look at Broomy, he's gone second. And I
Yeah,
put my tongue on
so
coffee. Ow. The
it
one
says
organ I actually
here.
use. Sorry, go on.
It says here that he died at 6:45
Yeah,
p.m. Local time.
So he died in the medical centre at Spa. As we look at DB with a blacked out helmet and a broken front wing on his Mercedes as he comes through the chicane for number 19 on the Mercedes as well. I think it's prudent to show how many of us have had such a strong reaction to showing that we would feasibly change the number that we identify ourselves by in league racing and our helmets that we identify ourselves by to mourn a driver who we didn't know. But to us, motor racing, they're heroes. They are superheroes and feasibly gods that drive things that we all wish we could have been as High Grade B joins us. We won't be able to qualify. But all of the people who go out there on track to entertain us, we believe they'd be safe. Some drivers don't come back, and it's a reality that we completely forgot about until this accident. Well, at least I forgot about the fact that people would die out in cars again on racetracks. And it's the fact that we've all been lulled into almost false sense of security. These cars are so safe that drivers will never die. And yet, now we've had it. And this whole week we're going to have SFR remembering Hubert and different things. I myself am going to be thinking about him a lot, especially with his win here at Monaco. I don't know if you watched any of the Formula 2, James.
I watched the highlights.
The highlights were always good.
And I
but nonetheless,
the highlight.
Sorry.
I watched him around here. A great win, that one.
Well, we will all remember him, but now we have to turn our focus to GP4 because this championship has been phenomenal. First season of SFR with a GP4 division, and these drivers taking on Monaco for the first time this week. What can these drivers get up to with the last 6 minutes of qualifying here at a controversial track? Sorry, a controversial track in Formula 1 now. Controversy down to the fact that people question whether it should even be on the calendar with how wide the cars are. James, what is your opinion on this track?
Yeah, I think it's the one circuit which will never get on Formula 1, I personally think. Because it's so iconic. I know the car's maybe a bit too big for it, but you've got to keep it on, I think, in my eyes.
There's rumours that in a few years they're talking about extending up the hill. So if we ride on board with DCG, I remember seeing the rumour of it. I can't remember how real it is, but instead of going down the hill here, they're gonna keep going round through Casino Square. They're gonna actually go straight at this point instead of going left. Sorry, instead of going right, they go straight on and go to another slightly wider section of track, or they go straight on at Mirabeau that we just came through there, for an extra bit of a track was supposed to be a little bit wider. That's the rumour, at least, that they could be planning. Who knows what they'll do in the future with Monaco, but it has to be changed a bit because they just can't have follow me leader races. But nonetheless, big talking points of Monaco. Obviously, Saint-Devote turn 1 is incredibly difficult to get right, especially with 20 cars going barreling down into that corner. Granted, we only have 17 today, but still, with only 3 cars, you can still have a pile up here at Monaco. The overtaking opportunity through the tunnel is very high, and you'll see it as well into the chicane next to him. To back, you can make a pass through here if you're very, very brave, especially into the final couple of sections with Raskas as well. This will be very interesting to see how many of these drivers do well. I mean, what's the secret around here, James?
The secret is to not get. Well, maybe not hit the wall is my advice. But no, just keep it nice and tidy. I think the secret around here is to get a good qualifying, and then after qualifying, if you're up there near the top, then you're guaranteed to do well in the race. So.
DJ Clarkson is doing very well. Thank you for pointing that out, AG. He's doing very well for the reserve driver, as well as looking at the other reserve driver, that is Fali Mello. He's doing well in the Haas right now, currently in P9. What are you looking at, James?
I'm looking at Broomy just about to start his next lap. So
The Renault running down. Whoa! Hold on! What's happened there? On the outlap. Oh! James Hook has blocked the track! There has been a huge accident, and James Hook will now have 2 5-place grid penalties for an unknown collision. We know he made contact with Broomy there as he sat in the middle of the road. What's DCG's car look like? There's no damage on DCG's car, so maybe he was just racing onto the line. But a big accident here at Monaco as they run up the hill. And I tell you what, well, we can't see who that was, but we know that James Hook with 2 penalties. Well, there's the guy who's not got the back sorted. I mean, I don't know if you saw any of that from Broomy's onboard, James, but what did you see?
All I could see was a Williams in the middle of the road, and Broomy's car just smashed it into it. So I think Broomy had nowhere to go really, and he just hit him. I
believe there must have been a miscommunication between between AG30 and not AG30. I think DCG, the Racing Point driver, I believe, and the Williams of James Killer must have been James Hook. The 2 of them making a disagreement there. We'll see what happens. Maybe the distributors will want to have a look at that as Ghost Cam retires in sector 3. Was that an incident as Broomy pulls into pit lane after being subject to an accident as JD Savile gets out of the way? JD Savo, I don't want to call him Savile, that's an insult. Ooh, that's really good. Sorry, I just had a sip of that coffee. That felt really good going down. So, burnt my tongue, and now it feels nice. Oh, I've got a really bad sip of it. Tell you now, it is going to be an absolute blinder of attack. I think they should stick the World Endurance cars on Monaco, see how much they like trying to get past all the GT cars here.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
So, we have 1 retirement in this session from an unknown reason, Ghost Cam, and we have Energy Dan, who was disqualified as Funny Mellow, gets out of the way, currently P6 on his lap. What did you put in your coffee today, Felix? What did I put in it? I put something which I'm not going to mention on stream, but it's probably something fantastic. It should just be the same. I'm wondering, what does the mysterious Cadwell 5 drink when on commentary, or does he not drink at all?
When I'm on commentary?
Yeah.
What do I drink? I drink an orange squash.
It's interesting the different drivers. I mean, feasibly, I shouldn't really be drinking coffee on commentary because I drink it so quickly that I run out. But at the same time, it's good. It feels nice on my throat. It's rather soothing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I got what you mean.
Well, we can't remove the grid penalties, Andrew. So that's something that would be a problem in the game. We'll have a look at it. Actually, can you just look at the grid penalties for me to make sure that they are both for James Hook, Cadwell? Oh, James. Crikey, I'm terrible today. Racing Podge has retired from the session in Sector 3. We get a shot as we're on the board with the other Red Bull. Both Red Bulls actually on the same amount of points, I believe, in the table, as they both didn't score in Spain. Any update on the race director, James? Ooh, his Killer goes fastest. It was hitting the Williams, who spun at turn 1. As qualifying is now over here, we'll just stay on board for a moment with Bittle as I just checked the race director, because I think we might have just lost James on comms. So there's a bit of damage on the wall. I see Bittle trying to get through the traffic in the Ferrari. I think we lost James on microphone for a minute. Either it's muted or he's just had a little headset problem. We'll see if he can correct that as Bittle comes through the Lowe's hairpin, towards the powering down up towards the line, getting a nice toe off the Williams in front. Braking hard. Oh, James Hook has damaged his car. Bittle has cut the corner. I think that's a invalidated lap. He's still going for it. No, he has pulled off. So James Hook and Bittle will not be competing their qualifying lap times. So For the first time at Monaco in GP4, it is a Red Bull 1-2 here in Monaco. Who would have thought that? You back with us, James? Ah, there you are.
Yes, I'm back.
Red Bull 1-2 here, mate. Who would have thought that? Oh, have we lost you again? Ah, there we go. You're saying yeah for Podge, his fellow countryman? There we go.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, it's been like that pretty much most of the year, really, with this circuit. With them, it's been nip and tuck with the Red Bulls to be top of the pile. Really.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because I am a Red Bull reserve driver. I have to say that because I drove for the Red Bull last week. So
yeah, you did a really good job.
Barring any stewards investigations, well, no, we can't bar any stewards investigations because it's qualifying. Qualifying here, James Killer is in P1 ahead of Racing Pod in P2, GG Clarkson is in P3, DCG is in P4, Ghost Cam is in P5, Pro Oliver is in P6, Funny Mellow is in P7, Alco is in P8, Broomy with a 5-place grid penalty, an unfairly given 5-place grid penalty, is in P9, and JD Seville is in P10. Outside the top 10, there are 3 tyre choices. Xander is in P11, Bittle is in P12, DV is in P13, Sonic Hawk, the Indian driver, is in P14, James Hook is in P15 with a 10-place grid penalty. He'll be starting at the back of the grid, barring Blues and Energy Dan. Yeah, that was an unfair grid penalty for Broomy. But there's nothing we can do about that. We can't reset the lobby because the custom grid order takes too long. So unless we had a red flag situation, which is very possible here at Monaco, we will continue on. And unfortunately, we can only apologise for the game giving you that penalty, Broomy. But yes. No, I actually returned to Red Bull after a drastic... I had half a season at Red Bull in Season 1. I left the Red Bull squadron and headed off to Haas before I ultimately had to retire from racing for a few seasons. So I'm still friendly down at Red Bull with Horner and Dr. Marco. He quite likes me. He needs an old drivers program, so now he's running out of young drivers.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on all that. Go on.
I think you'll be a good fit for them.
Look at that. Look at how tight the grid is. This is esports. Well, not esports. This is league racing. And look at how tight this grid is. It's just stupid, this track. It really is.
Yeah.
So let's have a look. You've got James Hook is starting at the back of the grid as he moves away past drivers who haven't chosen to take the formation lap, which is a bit odd. So Energy Dan starting. Obviously, he got disqualified after making a mistake. Choice for the minute silence, but it's okay. I won't blame him for that. He impacted his own race, which, yeah, he could have carried on, but I wouldn't have asked him to stop. Excuse me with the hiccups. Through Lowe's hairpin, I'll tell you what is a really interesting fact about Lowe's hairpin. The drivers and the teams actually have to bring an entirely new steering rack to just get through that hairpin here at Monaco. Like, how mental is that? That's to you, James.
That's very bad. I can't believe that.
Yeah, they have to change the entire steering angle of the car because it just can't. The Grand Prix car cannot get through that angle. A marshal I was with on Saturday, his name's James, absolutely brilliant guy. I know a lot of Jameses recently. Big guy, big drummer. I think he's in a band. And he who will cause an incident to floor the commentators? That's a reference to... I had to read that for a second. That's a reference to Premier last week. I don't know if you saw the Premier race. Did you, James?
No, I was busy that day.
There was... Honey Badger got in an incident with Electro Dan, who was reserving, actually in a Red Bull car. He got an incident, and he actually caused Honey Badger to roll the car. The car rolled. It rolled back onto its wheels and drove away.
That's not good, man.
And there was me and Felix were just completely crying. So, what will happen on these 39 laps of racing? It's a long old race here at Monaco, one of the longest. What will happen? Who are you looking at, James?
I'll go in the midfield for you and look at Alco.
The cars all clicking in as we wait for the green here in Monaco. Yellow flags as always, and there are the green lights. the red lights, sorry, I'm colourblind, up to 5. The lights are on, the lights are out, and the drivers are away now. It's a good start from James Killer in P1, and Racing Podge battling down into P2, DCG climbing down, but Podge is in the wall at turn 1, is dropping down further and further, and even further down. Broomy's in trouble. Broomy's further down as well, he's in trouble. DVD is, DB, oh, big accident there! And James Hook has caused a bigger incident now, as he did in qualifying. Drivers struggling. Sonic Hawk dropping further down. Is there a safety car for the stricken Williams? No, but James Killer, the pole sitter, is down as well. What has happened?
What has happened?
So coming through sector 1 now, it's DJ Clarkson, the leader from DCG. Podge is where? Podge is somewhere in the mid-pack. He's in P4 right now. He has a damaged front wing as they all run down towards the swimming pool chicane here. And heading towards Nobel and to back. But first to back with Racing Podge. He's on the back of the American. Blues is in trouble. Oh, Podge in the wall. And Blues is in trouble trying to drop down and stay ahead of the Red Bull. Podge in even more trouble. He's dropped behind Pro Oliver as they go through the chicane now. This is where Sam Bird has his accident in season 1. Oh, a DVD's out. Sorry, DB's out.
Yes, going around that sweeping corner, he just hit the wall a tiny bit and he just crashed out.
Well, James Hook, you can take that to the stewards yourself if you so choose to. You can say someone, but you can choose to take it to the stewards yourself. Make sure you message your admins of the division. Zalco hits the barrier. The Portuguese driver struggling in Toro Rosso this season. He heads further towards the barrier. He's okay, having to miss the bump now on the road down to Mirabeau. Here in Monaco, this track is ever so difficult. And it shows it even more as we run through past the casino. But yes. What are you looking at, James?
Yeah. I'm just looking at James Killer and Energy Down. James is 0.3 behind him, and looks like he wants to try and get past down into the thing here. He's looking left and right, and I don't know if he's going to try down into the chicane. I doubt it, but
he thought about it.
Yeah, I had a chat in a different league I was in, and I'm going to ask you the same question. Why? We propose that there should be a deal.
Whoa, Dan's in serious trouble with the turning and power through there. Sorry to just shout down the microphone, but he's got a damaged front wing somewhere. DJ close to the fastest man around. Into the dive, and Killer's been squeezed. It was a bit of a half-assed move from Killer. And he just was no room as he pulls into pit lane. The wing took flight. That's why the drivers have halos now.
Yeah, I think that was a bit too of a little tight squeeze to get through.
Yeah, the Red Bull's not that skinny. It does have to fit Verstappen's ego in that car.
Oh, yeah. Well, we were talking about as we're going to watch the leader now go to that bit of circuit. So from where the leader is now, right? So now all the way till the chicane, we thought, well, in a different league, we were talking about why is there no DRS zone here, and then we realized and that because there's only one DRS zone here, and normally there's two.
Yeah, and the very simple fact is the entry speed. So you've got to think the entry speed to the corner coming after the DRS zone, if they're able to slow the car down. Can you imagine 20 cars with DRS all coming off the leader, breaking into that chicane? It would all end in tears. I mean, Charles Leclerc, he had a brake failure, remember, last season in Formula 1 at that corner, and he ended up taking out Hartley. Can you imagine that with DRS? It could kill someone. I know too much about racing cars. I don't have much of a life. Let's Pro Oliver goes to attack the American in the Alfa Romeo. What can the Ferrari do as he tries to get past the Alfa Romeo now? The number 19 car for this weekend, for this race here. He's on the harder compound of tyres. He seems to be keeping up with the Sauber, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He really is trying everywhere. Sauber just went a little bit wide there.
Oh. The other Sauber now with a 5-second penalty for speeding in pit lane, and Racing Podge with a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. So remember, corner cuts here, they're easy to do, but it's hard to get out the rhythm on cutting corners. What can Pro Oliver do? He looks to the inside, he's gone for it to try and unsettle the American, and he tucks back in behind him, but he's compromised his exit. Funny Mello is through! Funny Mello in the Haas, the reserve driver just going through. He judged that to perfection, did the reserve driver.
And there he's done it. Podge has got past Sonic. As they head into the tunnel, Podge has got past. Podge up in position.
So Racing Podge now to P10. We have a Zero Banks in 3. It's Alco. He's in trouble. He's in the barrier. He's reversed out of it, and he's luckily out of the barrier. And now he's going to head to pit lane for the Portuguese driver. That car is knackered. James Killer. Oh, James Killer's had another accident. I wonder if the team's brought extra front wings to this Grand Prix. Oh, Felix has actually said something in response to your question about the DRS zone. He said, look at Perez's incident back in 2011 that left him with a concussion. Imagine that with that was with DRS, I think, wasn't it, Felix? Alright, guys, I'm going to now say this. No more talk of the James Killer incident until the stewards have had a look at it. Any more talk and I will time you out from the chat. Yeah, it will be 300 seconds. You won't be able to chat. You'll be able to watch, but you won't be able to chat in the chat. I understand you're discussing it, but it's a live incident, so we don't need to see it in the league chat. Whoa, it's funny, Mello. Deals with the understeer very well. Remember, this could be a shock winner of this Grand Prix. It's a big oversteer moment for number 12. To the inside comes Funny Mello. He passes him and he hits the racing point just a little bit. And Ghost Cam getting bullied out the way by Funny Mello.
Will Paul Oliver make his way through as well before the corner one? He looks like he's trying.
Yeah, he could probably cry that he was weaving a bit there, but I don't think there'll be much response there. Centre 3 yellow flags are waving once more. We can't tell who it is because there's no drastic action. There's energy down with a penalty there. Funny, we have electro and we have an energy as well. I wonder if we're going to get a fire down next. To the inside of Mirabeau? Not yet for Pro Oliver. It's only a matter of time though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And yes, I did just make a Pokemon reference there.
Oh, okay.
It was a terrible Pokemon reference. As Ghost Cam is now going to try and attack Funny Mello. I keep calling him Funny Mello. It might not even be his name, but you know, I'm going to call him Funny. But he's no joke. He is a serious racing driver here in SFR as they come through. He has a time penalty there. I'm going to stop talking about people who are saying they're serious. Sonic Hawk and Alco fighting. Let's have a look at that. The other house. Just shout if you see the pink games.
I'm on board with James, and he's side by side with Dan, and he's got he get through. Oh,
it's a big incident. James Killer had and Paul Broomy has nowhere to go. Oh, Alco Blues too. They're lucky they didn't break their front wings there. The Racing Point and the Renault and the Racing Point. Sorry, the Renault and the Toro Rosso. That again, that wasn't his fault. That really isn't an overtaking opportunity there, is it, Cadwell?
No, it completely isn't. As we saw in one of my leagues that I was racing, everyone gets penalties for going on the curbing bit, and I think that's what they were trying to do. I can't see why James wanted to overtake there, really, but
pad users have to go a little bit slower through there because we can't get the turning circle on the car versus wheel users, so it might have been just a difference of equipment there, but it has cost Energy Dan a lot of time and a chunk of front wing. James Killer the pit lane. I wonder if the Red Bull, he seems the centre of every incident in the world as he actually gets released into the Racing Point. Oh, what is happening here at this night here at Monaco?
I have no idea.
I'm happy. Whoa, they're in the wall! Oh, I've got a stitch from that one.
Crazy. If anything like a league I was racing in, not this weekend just gone, but the weekend before, we had 3 safety cars in the entire race. So,
I'm getting too old for this. I'm just giving myself a stitch from commentary. I have a hernia next, and I go to the doctor. I've got the hernia. How did you get it? From stress? No, from a league race commentary. Now Sonic Hawk into the side of the barriers here. Lowe's hairpin. Then James Killer through. Better lag is clearly affecting Sonic Hawk as you see the Indian driver drop further behind James, the pole sitter, who's just trying to salvage something from this race. It's only been 8 laps. So look at that. See that this is the difference between incidents at Monaco and non-incidents, because the gap at the top is 16 seconds. Because DJ Clarkson has just disappeared up the road. He's doing his knitting right now. He's off in France, isn't he? He's off paying his respects to Hubert.
Yeah, the two reserve drivers, are doing really well tonight.
I'm a non-official reserve driver. I only really jump in if Red Bull needs me.
Okay.
The curse of having Red Bull is like, oh, Buddy Mellow to the wall, but he's fine! In the Rich Energy Haas, which might not even be the Rich Energy Haas anymore, is he, oh, he made me jump there. Ow, my stitch is not getting any better. I am the only person on planet Earth that can hurt themselves by talking. Oh, seems to have lost James' microphone now. Oh, there it is. He's back. Oh, and there he goes. Oh, he's back. There we go. Stop leaving me.
I'm not trying to leave.
It's alright. I want to get a new headset anyway, so I understand. Well, no, the headset's fine. It's the mic. I don't like the mic sound of this one.
Oh, I probably need a new one then. So.
Yeah. Mine's Bluetooth, so if it starts to break, then you know the thing to go first is going to be the connection.
No real battles at the moment. The only real battle that's the closest one is Funny Cam, Ghost Cam, sorry, and Funny. So that's the closest. Oh no, it's not. It's Xander's the closest one. So I am Blues. So
Xander, I gotta remember he's called Xander, not Xander Mar, because that's another person I commentate on. He's in the American League driver who actually drives in the Alfa Romeo. It gets much more confusing. Xander, just our Xander, is coming through now, trying to get to the back of Blues, losing the rear end slightly on the exit, heading down into Mirabeau. It's the only track where I almost remember all the corner names. I keep getting Silverstone Slow and Cops mixed up, and I marshaled at both those corners. I shouldn't get them mixed up, but I still do. Whoa, damage on the Red Bull. Sorry, on the Toro Rosso. MPEG going flying off the car. Where is it? Because you need it. I do like Blues' helmet, though. I don't know if you've seen it properly, Cadwell, but his helmet is lovely.
It is. Yeah, the only circuit I really know most of the corners of is, of course, Cadwell. So, yeah.
Pro Oliver and DCG seem to have both been going slow after making contact at turn 1. 20 seconds is the gap, and DJ Clarkson at this point is winning this race by a mile and Silverstone. Terrible joke there, saying about he'd win with the difference of Silverstone. He has lapped James Killer, the pole sitter.
Has he?
Oops. Yeah. Actually, he's letting... The pole sitter is now unlapping himself from the leader, so he can go about, because he's on the faster tyres, and DJ Clarkson, wise not to have a Verstappen and Ocon show as the closest battle on track comes down to Pro Oliver and DCG. As DCG locks up heavily into the chicane, Oliver to the outside, he's going to get forced to the wall. He luckily got out of that one because the 94 car is in trouble. He's got a damaged front wing and they're heading down towards the swimming pool chicane now. And there we go. Whoa, big rear end moment for DCG. He's in more trouble. The Ferrari trying to get through. DCG losing the pit lane, decides not to. And it's going to be DRS move. Is there? DRS opening on Pro Oliver's car. DCG covering the inside. Where can Oliver go? What are you looking at, James? Are you looking at this battle?
Yep.
Oh, see, that's a one-way ticket to the accident there, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely, yeah, it is. But here we go. It's a bit too far back now, but the only other battle that I could see is between Sando and Blues.
There's one with Vettel and JD Salvo, but that's tyre related. More than action related. Sector 3, it's Blues! What happened?
Blues just went straight on a little bit, and
he's made contact with James.
And that means Clarkson's got back through.
But he slowed. The Toro Rosso slowed, and the Red Bull went to the back of him. I wonder if James Killer will cry foul, because he has been damaged now by that action of slowing. So unless Blues was being shown the blue flag to get out of the way, look at that, Killer is not impressed by that move. The worst thing is, though, he's going to be running out of tyres at this point, isn't he? Because he's pitted so many times. Let's go Cameron Mello pit.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, really, what happened.
I think that one might be investigated at the end of the race for the stewards. But 30 seconds is the gap at the top of the show. And Racing Podge in P3 now, trying to climb back up and score points after a difficult race in Spain. Vettel has got no traction. He's looking to the inside of Mirabeau. And he decides not to. Energy Dan has passed Sonic Hawk in this. Sonic Hawk getting out of the way. Sonic Hawk's got no pace, but he's wise to get out of the way. Racing Podge on the back of the Ferrari. What can you see, James?
Yeah, it's just. I think personally, it's just too slow racing Podge. He's not quick enough to make the move, and it's too tight as well, the circuit. But the other battle that I was interested in is now Pro Oliver's got the gap down from 0.6 to 0.4.
Oh, Brittle's in trouble. So DCG and that battle, we'll have a look at it in a minute. If Racing Podge can go through, Racing Podge
side by side.
Oh, are they? Screw this battle.
Oh.
Whoa! They've both got damage though, haven't they?
Yeah.
Podge is through now, and Sector 2, it's Alco. He's had an accident as well. More damage for the Toro Rosso to deal with. Lose with penalty for cutting the white line at the end of pit lane. Easily done. Pro Oliver actually letting DCG back through that time round, so I'm no, actually not letting it through. They just can't follow each other. Monaco's always difficult. I can't imagine what it's going to be like for the Premier drivers following the show here. I wonder if there's going to be a rating between drivers of who has to make spectacular crash at Monaco by accident. I think I'll probably take that. Oh, actually, Honeyby's just already flown this season, so he might have a chance. As Alco drops back from the top 10. Only one retirement in this, only two retirements from this race. James Killer and DB were the retirements so far. 22 yellow flags. Oh, waving even more to the inside for Oliver. He's bashed him out the way. And that penalty will surely be removed by the stewards as Oliver drops behind Ghost Cam now. And DCG is going to be livid in that helmet. Thoughts on the incident, James, or do you not see it?
I didn't really see it, really.
More bumping in below his hairpin. Drivers have to remember that he's not an overtaking move. Sorry, go on.
No, I was looking at a different battle, at Alco and Energy Dam, but yeah, you can carry on with.
Oh, look at Alco and Energy Dam right now. Energy Dam's had a mistake. What happened there? It's like his brakes stopped working, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You saw him hit the wall, like Leclerc to try and slow the car down. It worked this time. He had to take the corner. But Alco has got so much more pace in this little section of track. But that's hard. It's difficult about Monaco. You'd be quick, but you have to be safe.
He just taps the back of Energy down a tiny bit.
They don't even know he's there. He's knocking on the back door.
Mm-hmm.
Our leader is in, but there will be no lead change there. Energy Down is in trouble as he hits the wall. Is Alco trying to get past, and there's damage on the Toro Rosso for the millionth time in this race. More drivers struggling. As I wonder what's happened with Energy Dan, because to the inside comes Alco. What can he do? This track's horrendous. What have you oohing at? What have you seen?
Ghost Cow just tapped the back of DCG, and there's a three-way train now heading into the last corner.
Vettel has been passed by Sonic Hawk. So we'll keep an eye on, who was it? Alco Energy Dan? No, it was Funny Mellow, there we go. As they head up towards the Casino Square, what can Ghost Cam do? On board with the Haas. They has to get through. That's why one per stream. It was a weak one. I'll try again in a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, big look up at ECG. He's in the barriers, but he's fine. This track is horrendous. People complain about Formula E. This is Monaco. This is worse than Formula E because at least the cars can overtake at Monaco. When a Formula E cars land, at least the F1 cars just can't. I think they should have a Monaco car. Alco retires in Sector 3. We saw that was coming, unfortunately. He really struggled at this track.
It was the last corner.
Felix saying, would love for someone to watch this back and estimate the carbon fibre bill. Well, there you go. That's your homework done, Felix. James Killer with another time penalty. So.
Oh, he drove.
Go on.
Cam tried the same move again into the second to last corner. He definitely wasn't going to work that time. And you know, it's the same move as what James Killer tried to do, and it never worked. So.
They're not going to jump the Ferrari of Bittle, who's come out. DCG is commanding this race on his own right now. But what can we do? We've got blue flags, and we've got to make sure Bittle gets out of the way. He's actually in the barrier, is the Ferrari. So the Ferrari has restarted. No damage reported on the car, though. This is the problem with Monaco right here. They just can't get through. Ghost Cam's trying everything. He's got the faster tyre. At this point, he's ready to tip DCG round and just say, I'll take the penalty. Oh, what a shot. What a shot we had through the tunnel there on the cinematic camera. We were at the back of the diffuser as Funny Mellow gets caught up by Ghost Cam's braking.
Yeah, but everyone loves this circuit. It's just a great spectacle. The
great spectacle of scare electrics. They should have Monaco cars, that's what they should have. They should take all the downforce off the cars and just have a Monaco car. Let's do it! Funny Mellow hits him! So Funny Mellow now carrying damage in the Haas. They should have an alternate car. Just for Monaco. Just for the slim track. That's so slim. Back like the 2013 spec car. Or even earlier than that. A car with like no downforce that just goes quick. But then cost effectiveness, you know?
Yeah. DCG though is broken away from that battle there. Here goes Funny Mellow.
He's more damage on the Haas.
I agree with what you're saying, but if you say to fans what race did you like of the year, they always say Monaco. So.
Well, they like it because of the crashes. If it rains, it's entertaining, but it really is not a good track. I mean, anyone in the chat, what do you guys think about Monaco? I personally think that this time that it was removed from the calendar. I don't like this track, not one bit. My favourite race of the season, everyone knows it, it's going to be Silverstone. I think AG30 is making his feelings very well known in the chat. The driver that didn't. Whoa! Funny Mellow into the barrier! Well, I'm doing a Monaco design, Dan, for I'm going to actually put mine in the chat in a bit for Antoine Hubert. Mine's pink, white, and blue. It does look like a rendition of a Racing Point helmet, but you know, Martin's saying that it should be removed. It's such a controversial track. I think that I don't think removed completely. I think maybe just work out a way that it could be entertaining. It's very split opinion. See, we've split the opinions again, haven't we, James? We've done this thing. We've managed to go and split opinions.
Yeah, I actually...
Go on. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, it's absolutely fine. I like the circuit. I think it's one of the, as everyone says, I know everyone goes, oh yeah, it's a really bad circuit, but I really do enjoy a circuit.
I enjoy when I get it right.
Yeah, as long as I hope F1 fans, I hope the F1 team and people can make this track just a little bit. The one thing I want is maybe a little bit wider, but other than that, I think it's a really good circuit.
Sector 3, we have more yellow flags in Sector 3. I think it's DCG. No, Joe's cam's also got damage on that as we head to the blue flag zone. Well, on your argument, that is James going to be forced to the wall by energy down, more contact, and James Killer, he might have got Paul. He's got the luck of a Williams in this Grand Prix. He's actually retired possession on track, completely hindering the Ferrari of Little there, and that will be a penalty for him next race, because you cannot retire on track at all. Such a terrible ethic there of choosing to retire on track. I don't, you know what? I don't care if I'm upsetting you. You don't retire on track in SFR. It's a rule that has been written. If you've had enough of the race, you get to pit lane and then you retire. Angry JP. DCG, blocking Ghost Cam just a little bit, but it's all okay. No, but Martin, by your rendition of it being dangerous, I'm going to be a little bit devil's advocate here. I'm not normally in this seat, normally that's Alex's seat. But by your rendition, if it's dangerous, then surely Spa should be removed after what happened to Hubert. We need like what is it? They have like Football Focus or something on the radio, don't they? Other radio shows are available for football fans to air their grievances and have a debate about, don't they? So we need one of those for SFR, don't we?
Yeah, we do. But no, I
Constant
totally
yellow
agree.
flag. Someone's in the wall. No, it's
Let
on
me have a
now.
look.
Exactly, Felix.
Honestly,
All motor racing tracks are dangerous. Motor racing is dangerous. It's not. It can be dangerous. It is dangerous. I tell you now, that's from the point of view of a marshal who stands there every week to get almost run over by nutcases who get paid way too much money. I'm doing touring car at the end of September. Pray for me as JD Salvo hits the wall just a little bit, but is lucky in the centre helmet not to cause himself to crash.
yeah. The only thing I remember about touring cars a couple of years ago at Silverstone is Silverstone was going into the second to last corner of the national circuit, and there was like a spin, and then 4 cars just crashed into each other, and that was just
and I might have to deal with that. Pray for me. Actually, I won't, because there's such a thing as the Hollywood Marshal at touring car, where people turn up a touring car because they know there's going to be incidents. They turn up just to be on TV. Another yellow flag in sector 3. Constant yellow flag in sector 3. It's not. Oh, it was Bittle, I think.
Yeah, it was Bittle, and yeah, the gap's gone down though. So it was 17 seconds, now 16.2. So
Racing Porch in the wall. Racing Porch in the wall at the end of the thing. What? Who mentioned the gap? Peter's going to sit there. He's going to haze all of the commentary. This is why we don't use this commentary booth when we're at Monaco. Normally we're out on a boat. We're at one of the ships in the harbour. But wow, that was. There couldn't be better times, could it? Because the gap's going down. He's in the wall.
Yeah, somebody out. Yellow flags are out in sector 2. I really don't know. It's
Blues now with another 5-second penalty for cutting the line, and I think he's in the barrier actually. Is Blues? Oh, he's let someone through. Okay.
Yeah. Well, the gap has come back down. It's going to go down, and I think Podge is going to win.
Oh, Podge has got damage on his nose now. So Podge needs to make a choice. Does he pit? And does he try and go for faster lap? I haven't cursed anyone again. That wasn't me. Don't blame me.
No, it was
Xander's in trouble. Oh, big incident for Xander. So he's taking his front nose off, span again, and he's hit the wall again. He's out in the tunnel. He's Montoya'd it. Award for Montoya goes to Xander this week. Well done. It's all right. That's easily done though. Oh, you old. What are you seeing?
Sonic trying to get away from Xander's car, but couldn't really.
It was ghosted, luckily. When I was on board with it, it was ghosted.
Yeah.
Whoa! Not for them, though.
Definite yellow flags. Definite safety car, I'd say.
I don't think so, because this game hates us. In real life, that would have been a safety car. Safety car's gone now. Oh, Blue's retiring in sector 3. More crunches and crashes than Formula E here in GP4. What can't you believe, pure dynamic? So Savo, DRS open on the McLaren as he heads down to the line. What can he do?
Pure dynamic is?
I don't know. It might be Xander. Whoa! Ghost Cam struggling on exit.
Okay, right, yeah. Pure dynamic. He's going to be a bit annoyed. He's 14th on your timing sheet at the moment.
We'll see what happens. James, sorry, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, pole sitter out of the race. Level pegging with his teammates, currently P2. I think Racing Porch has got it to sit there without it, but I think he might have to make another stop here. So, set to 3 yellow flags. I think it's
it's funny.
Funny? Is it funny? Whoa! That had to get out of the way quickly, didn't he? That was no joke. I came on board with him. I was sat there thinking, what was that?
I would love a safety car around here. I'm sorry, I just want a safety car.
I'd love a safety car anyway. I love safety cars anyway. And remember, GP3 is the only division in SFR so far this season that's had a safety car, and they had 2. Greedy mares.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, but when you were at the weekend there, I was watching the like a bit of the 4 hours of Silverstone.
Yes.
And it was the LMP and the GT car both spun out, and the GT car hit the wall, and the LMP didn't.
Don't get me started. Do not get me started, because that was a Ginetta. My favourite car maker, apart from Honda in the world, is Ginetta, right? And that Ferrari was the Ferrari that Sam Bird was meant to drive before they fired him from Ferrari. I don't like the 71, not one bit. I love the Ginetta, and they made contact. And I tell you what, if you ask Rocking Kid, he was with me. I was on the floor when it happened. I wasn't happy. I was ready to get a Ferrari and knock him out. I'm not a violent guy.
I watched the whole Le Mans, whatever it is, series 4 hours as well.
Yeah. European Le Mans, Sonic Hawk.
What's happening here?
Sonic Hawk and the Blue Flags was in trouble. Ghost Cam's finally through past DCG, and I think he's about to hand it back as Savo's in trouble. He's going to get through soon as well. What can JD do? The Blue Flags are for Sonic Hawk, who is doing his best impression of Ranganathan there from Formula 2. And the Racing Points almost collide, they do! They used to collide as Force Indias, and this time they've collided as Racing Points. It's become endurance racing. This track does just turn into like an endurance race, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Energy down, getting out of the way of his teammate, and getting out of the way of McLaren sensibly, knowing what he's doing to get out of the way. Brooming under pressure from Pro Oliver. That chicane suddenly got very busy, very fast.
Yeah, come on, Pro Oliver. Looking like Pro Oliver's going to try.
Remember, many drivers carrying damage on the nose as we get to the 26th lap of racing here. 39 more to go. 39 on the clock. Whoa! To the inside of the mirror, but he's trying to unsettle Broomy, who was very annoyed after qualifying. What can he do? No, the ELMS, they were, it started raining, for literally a lap and a half.
Oh! Sorry, just to say, DCG just slided and hit the wall, so...
His tyres are balder than my granddad.
Yeah, well, yeah, but back to what you were saying...
And JD's to the inside, they're going to move! He's done it! He has through Rascats, they're doing it, they're side by side! DRS open on the McLaren, DCG having to get out the way! They're going to go side by side into Sandoval! What can they do? What can we see? It's JD! They touch! But JD's through! What a move! As my voice has gone completely mad, but what a move from JD Savo! Saw an opportunity and went for it! Move of the week right now at Monaco.
Yeah, great move. He knew what he was doing. He dived in and got the move done. So well done him. As we have a sector. As energy down to the wall. Great.
Oh, he's back through! It's JD, and he's reversed into traffic. Oh no! Why can't I have one nice thing happen at Monaco?
Yeah, back to what we were saying a minute ago. As we're I watched both 4-hour races because they were both streamed. I watched one. I shouldn't have watched one there, but yeah, I watched the onboard cameras as well. And one of the LMP cars, his window wiper didn't work.
Did it not?
No.
Which one? ELMS or in the WEC or in the ELMS?
In where?
In the WEC. What endurance or was it an LMP1?
Oh, and he's got lent back. It was the World Endurance Championship race.
Ah, okay.
When it rained, and it was I think it was an LMP2.
Yes, I didn't see that because I was off on track. I didn't know about any of that.
Yeah, and basically what happened was they were on board with him because he was like the leader of like LMP2, I think, at the time, and he was heading through Maggots and Beckett. So you go down the new start line straight, Maggots and Beckett, and they saw it, and it's like. The window wiper was like just going left and right, but not picking up any water, and which was very odd.
JD Savo now with a 5-second penalty for corner cutting. It's really affecting him now as he overtakes someone. He overtakes Energy Dan, who's been lapped a number of times now, who actually came out of pit lane with him. But yeah, endurance racing is hard to follow as Oliver skims the barrier. Did very well to catch that Ferrari. There was almost a late spin for the Ferrari, which we're used to seeing with Sebastian Vettel. Driver of the day, I don't think there is a driver of the day right now. It's more like a survivor of the day.
Yeah, the biggest endurance race we've had at Cadwell Park is a Ford KA 6 hours. That's the best we've had.
Oh, we had at Silverstone. We had the Citroen C1 24-hour race. 24 hours of Citroen C1s going around. I marshalled qualifying, and I thought that's enough for me. Has to be DCG. Well, he's in the Mercedes, so that pun doesn't work. Downgrade there for Felix. Felix will get a spank when he next comes up to the comp box with me. Pro Oliver on the back of Brumi. Brumi looking to. I think Brumi is trying to salvage something from this race after such a poor qualifying.
Yeah, Pro Oliver though looks racy though behind him.
Whoa, he's finally done it!
Inside.
I think Brumi just thought, you know what, get through. I'm on 26 laps, 1 tyres. I'm going to the end. I don't care. Unless he's puncture territory. Look at all the marbles on the track. What's the racing line round here? The track. This is just the amount of insults I can throw at Monaco. There's prestigious there, but it's not good racing anymore, really. They should take the barriers out and see how brave the drivers are and see how close they get to the harbour. Pull over in the wall, bring me back through!
No. I'm sorry. I disagree. I think it's great racing.
I think it's great racing if it's wet. It's fine. See, that's the thing. It's fine to disagree. Everyone always says like, no, you have a different opinion, you can't be friends. No, it's fine to disagree. Because the fact is, we all love one thing, and that's racing. We can loads of people like, Silverstone's terrible. Oh, well, I like it. I work there.
Silverstone's not terrible.
Silverstone's beautiful. I taught a few people who were like, Silverstone's flat. I took them to the start-finish straight. The international start-finish straight is not flat. It's actually a gradual hill. Yeah. And I had to run up that hill. It wasn't nice.
But it's like with F1 in real life. When you see Vettel, it's like at Silverstone. You see good racing there with Vettel trying to crash out Verstappen and then get back on. But...
Yeah, well, that's Vettel in a nutshell. He just cannot race wheel to wheel. No battles on track though. Go on.
But we at the moment we have no battles on circuit, but good win for Charles Leclerc though. I think it was. At the weekend in Spa, I think it was fitting that he won because he used to race with Hubert back in 2005. So
he raced a long time with him, yeah.
He was like, this win's not for me anymore, it's for him. So
he'll win again at Monza. He's got the pace over Sebastian.
Yeah, well, thereabouts. Lewis was just a bit unlucky, but he dedicated his win as well to Hubert. Everyone dedicated their race to him. So.
Yeah. We all wanted Hubert to have a good race, and it's a shame of what happened. But once again,
I wouldn't have been. Fine.
No, flawless drive by JD so far. JD has got move of the day for me. It's not flawless. Unfortunately, he made a mistake at the hairpin, but he is doing fantastic right now. Let's see who the biggest mover is in the grid. That's the wrong button. See who the biggest mover is. The biggest mover actually is Brumi, up 9 positions to 5th. Granted, it wouldn't have been his fault if he hadn't have had that grid penalty, which really wasn't his fault. As we look at Vettel's 5-stop strategy right now. Don't jinx it at Monaco, at Monza. DJ, yeah. Well, it's okay. There's no disconnection. These are all actual drivers with racing this time. So there won't be any chance of a driver winning the race and being disconnected. But yeah, Brumi is under pressure, about to be lapped by DJ. Well, DJ's doing what he does best, which is he's in the lead. He's up 30 seconds. This obviously, in a normal race, people would question, is he in the right division? at Monaco, we had to take it with a grain of salt because he just stayed out of trouble on lap 1 and was lucky to just break away from the pack, wasn't he, Cadwell?
Yeah, he was. I think he's just done a flawless race. If I had to give my driver of the day, it would be him because he's had no crashes, no drama, nothing, and he's just inserted his race.
We're going to keep the camera on him because last time when James said about something, it all ended wrong. So we're going to keep looking at DJ to see if it's going to actually just be James's fault today, or if it might be a bit of mine as well.
Yeah, but yeah, it should be good though. As we say, but yeah, we're all looking forward to next time. We are in Canada. So.
Yes. So JD's having with a time penalty now in the McLaren. He's pushing hard into the last stage of the race here at Monaco. Drivers are getting sleepy, want to go back to bed. They're dragged up late. They're dragged up early, had to go off and do some shopping, and came back and remember they had the night race. And they all had a few naps. Complete rubbish. More rubbish I spout when I do commentary.
Yeah, and it's well, I personally think it's the nights of time qualifying that endurance racing get this race. Just a nice bit of endurance racing practice for these. So.
Yeah, secretly we're all going to make every driver go to Le Mans. Sector 2 yellow flags. Who is it? It's Pro Oliver gets the fastest lap of the race. I'm not sure who that yellow flag was for.
There you go. Ghost Cam has lost a bit of his end plates, which are him.
Ah. So Pro Oliver, there you are, your name's there eventually. He was the fastest lap of the race, in P7, so that's the fastest lap point sorted for him so far.
Let me just have a look.
Lee is saying that, anyone who finishes this race is fantastic in his opinion. Well, I think anyone who finishes any races is fantastic in their opinion, but Lee, if you crash out tomorrow, I will be very disappointed in you. If I crash out on Wednesday, then I think I need to hand up my Williams seat to someone else as JD Savro hits the wall. I think the Marshals are going to have fun collecting the amount of front wing. They'll be able to build their own Grand Prix car soon.
Yeah, I'm just looking. I'm just trying to think. If it states that it's Podge is second, so we'll get 18 points, and DCG will get 10, right? Or was it 10 or was it less?
I think 10, yeah.
I'm trying to work. Yeah, so the gap will be closed. I think James. I shouldn't really say to James Killer, but if you are still listening, but you, my friend, if it stays as it is, we'll go down to 6th in the championship.
And that's the curse of Monaco. It can cause some serious damage in the championship and throw up some fun in all races.
I'm right on that.
Well, maths can always be wrong, but Monaco is always one of those tracks that you want to do well at, or you want to at least try and finish at.
Wait, take out Xander quickly. James Killer. Let's have a look. Yeah, James Killer at least will go down to 5th from 3rd, so we'll drop down 2 positions. So
11 drivers left here at Monaco. The leader is DJ Clarkson by 36 seconds. Not on pace-wise, he just luckily stayed out of trouble. He's going to get his own race. The number 2 car looking to take his first, I think it's his first win for the reserve team.
Ugh. He now puts the DRS on, and DJ Savro actually get past Brumia.
The DJ has fresher tyres and a broken front wing. And Brumi has a Renault, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and it's news as well that came out the weekend. That we have Esteban Ocon back.
Smiling. I like Ocon.
Yay. But no Hulkenberg.
Hulkenberg will be in Formula 1, whether he risks going to Haas and getting parts of his body sucked by his teammate, or as Bittel sets out of the way very well and very mature from Bittel there, or whether he decides to go to another team. Questions raised. I think a surprise talent, he'll go to Red Bull next year.
Do you think?
If Albon, because remember we've not had a full race and qualifying idea from Alexander Albon versus Vettel. If he's not close enough, they'll stick Albon back in Toro Rosso alongside Kvyat, they'll get someone from their own talent, from outside their talent pool, and put him. Oh, JD hit the wall. JD with more damage on the car as Energy Dan gets out of the way of the Ferrari of Biffle. But yeah, I think Hulkenberg will be in Red Bull this year.
Okay.
It's interesting because there's a whole question about it. There's a few drivers. Hulkenberg's the only driver I think that's feasibly fits in the Red Bull seat, and he is the only driver that can match Max in that car. Unless you put Hamilton in there.
Sport Pace Racing have already got Perez going to be here. So
well, you know for a fact he's going for 3 years.
Ah.
3-year contract because then his engine went up and spoke at FP2. But the question is Lance Stroll going to walk over, poke his dad, and go, "I want to drive next year"? And his dad goes, "Yes, Lance, you can drive." We all know that's coming. We all know that Lance is going to be in Formula 1 for however long Lawrence is.
I think, yeah, but Lance Stroll isn't that good though.
He's not that good. He's not that bad either. It's just the fact that he's come in and his dad bought him his seat does not make it. But like when he was going to lose his seat at Williams, his dad bought an entire team. I mean, it's just that whole aspect of it. I hate Lawrence more than I hate Lance. Oliver to the inside. Oliver, they're bumping and bashing through to one, and JD Savo is not going to be a happy Savo in that car, is he?
No, he's definitely not. And Lee just put DJ should come into the pits and go for fastest lap.
Well, I think, to be honest, DJ's just sat there doing his knitting again, the number 2 car. He's ordering pizza at this point. What's he texting? Whoa, can't show that on stream. Yes, I'm making a bad sex joke. I'm so un-PC on stream, aren't I?
Yeah. After this race, I have about 20 minutes and I've got to another race, so...
Well, at least you got to rest your voice because I've been here. All I do is talk.
Yeah, I've got another stream to do for a different league called Flat Out League Racing, so...
Well, that'll be interesting. I've got some roleplay later. Fourth lap of the race has begun with DJ Clarkson. He's enjoying himself up in the top racing points at this point. He's just looking for a podium. So he's just enjoying himself. He's fine. He's talking to his Honda engine, the number 19 car. Ghost Cam, JD Savo into pit lane. Ghost Cam is looking for his first podium in GP4.
He puts on soft, so JD will get 1 lap on the soft. Pretty much.
Will he get 1 or will he get 2? What lap's he on? This is very confusing. With the amount of lapped cars, you can't tell how many laps down they are. I think he'll get... No, if we're right, he's on the penultimate lap right now. Again, you don't know how many he's going to get. More penalties there in Sector 2 are waving. I think it might be funny. No, it's not funny. Whatever it is, it's okay. I've given up trying to follow this race at this point. There's so many penalties. There's so many lapped cars. All I know is the top 3 haven't been lapped, and Paul Oliver's going to try and brew me this time. Paul Oliver's on the...
it's Podge. Oh,
what?
He's at... Oh,
again!
Oh,
Peter, we're going to have words. That's the car that I was driving last week, and it didn't crash this much. Oliver to the inside.
Oh, he's got a penalty as well.
Oh, I don't think it'll affect him much, would it? He could probably do the whole lap with a no front wing. Oh, he's going to be careful not to circle the car, though. If I put gap to leader, you can see how many laps down, are they? Ooh, okay. So it's the top 4 that haven't been lapped. So Oliver, we might actually get a race now because Ghost Cam's going through to back now. If Racing Podge... No, Podge is going to risk doing 1 more lap with no nose cone on the car. Oh, and through to back. For the final time is DJ Clarkson coming through Sector 3 now. He's had a flawless Grand Prix. He's driven on his own. He knows that he's happy as he gets close to lap 4, to lap 4th place. His 4th place is getting through, so he doesn't have to do another lap of the race. He is actually. So crossing the line now. DJ Clarkson, the reserve driver, wins for Mercedes by a minute plus. Because Racing Podge is in deep trouble in the Red Bull with no front wing. He can lose second place even on this last lap if he's not careful. Ghost Cam has got a full front wing and life in his tyres.
Biddle's just crashed and has lost his whole front wing,
So Biddle in P11, struggling 4 laps down. And
I think he's got it now.
Racing Podge coming through the Nobel chicane now. Driving the car like he stole it. He's going to come through and hopefully with penalties he's going to still be in P2. Actually, he does have some levers on front wing. That's the Marussia front wing model there. DRS is not active because he's got no one ahead of him by a minute. He finishes in second place. Ghost Cam is going to finish in third. Well done to him in the Alfa Romeo. And he is in third place. But our winner was DJ by 1 minute 6 seconds. So now we head to the podium. DJ Clarkson is going to be ahead of the Racing Podge, who extends his championship lead. Well, what a Grand Prix we've just witnessed.
Oh, what a way. I assume someone will be lapped like twice in that race, so...
I think Biddle was lapped 4 times.
Sonic was lapped twice. Everyone up to Funky lapped twice. Then DJ Savo, Oliver and Rumi was lapped once. And so was DCG.
Wow! The penalties. So powering any issues investigations, and believe me, there might be some, these are the championship results because DJ Clarkson winning from third in P1 ahead of Racing Podge in P2, Ghost Cam in P3 and DCG himself in P4, Rumi in P5, Pro Oliver in P6, JD Savo is in P7, Funny is in P8, Energy Dan in P9, and Sonic Hawk, the Indian driver, scoring the final point of the session. Outside of the points was Biddle in P11. Drivers didn't make it to the flag. Xander, Blues, James Killer, Alco, DB, and James Hook did not make it to the flag here at Monaco. And relax.
Right then, is this party allowing you? Yeah, it's public. There we go.
So we should be able to invite people into the session. We'll quickly invite them in before people join us, and we'll ask, we stick it back on private in a minute. So we're looking for DJ Clarkson. See if we can find him on my friends list. DJ Clarkson, Racing Podge, and Ghost Cam. I believe I have Ghost Cam on my friends list. Sure I do. And yes, I have all 3. Can you just stick it on private? Also, in another league I've commented on, they've done 5 races, and the Toro Rosso has won 4 of them. So Podge has joined us. I will be telling Podge off in a minute for some unknown reason. If he can make sure his microphone's set to share for me. Ghost Cam has joined us. Can I also make sure that he has got his microphone set to share? I've also got pins and needles in my arm, which is unfortunate. Whoa. So I don't think we'll see... We haven't got the race winner yet, but can we just check? Go on.
He just said I think he's going for a shower, so...
Okay, yeah. So, more information. Hopefully DJ Clarkson goes off and washes every part of his body. I will come and check. Why do I say these things? Why? The worst part is I don't have any excuse. I just say it, you know.
I don't know.
I have a pro. I'm gonna get told off. And tell you what, someone's about to tell me off. Racing Podge. You there, dear?
Yeah, buddy.
Hello. Is your voice set to share?
Hi, mate. Yes.
Why'd you crash my car?
Sorry, mate. Too narrow road, you know.
Mate, you've extended your championship lead, and the first time I've done post-race interviews with you for a long time. This is not right for me to be on this side of a commentary booth with you. Just take us through that rather chaotic race.
Yeah, it was good qualifying. Just got pit by my teammate there. Had a blistering start as usual, but I thought I should give James some room on the inside, and did a mistake there. So lost my front wing, and pitted first lap on with the hards, and go to the finish from there. And then I lost my front wing last lap, so I raced the last lap without a front wing.
Yeah, that was rather entertaining. Were you at all worried that Ghost Cam would have caught you? I just realised I started with second place rather than starting with third place. Oops.
Yeah, I was a bit worried there. When the front wing come off, I was thinking, should I pit or should I not pit? I take the call to not to pit, and limped the whole last lap, and it was enough, so it was good.
Looking forward to next race. Are you looking forward to Canada?
Yeah, pretty much like that track, so hopefully I can start this podium streak again that I had in the beginning of the season.
Well, thank you for talking to us. Now we're going to check in with Ghost Cam. Ghost Cam,
Yep.
is your voice set to share?
Yes.
Alright, so how was that race for you?
Hard. A lot of contact.
You
And
you did well battling though. You made a few positions up.
yeah. DCG, it was hard to get past him because he braked a bit early through one of the turns, and I lost my front wing on his rear. And then I had to take a dive bomb up his inside to get through him. It's a tough battle.
But nonetheless, did you enjoy it?
Yes.
What was the hardest thing about adjusting to this track after coming back from such a strong track in such a wide track in Spain?
It was hard because I was used to like running half my car over the curb. I kept like ramming my front tyres into the barriers and using them. So it was very hard, but Canada should be more easy.
Are you enjoying being with the Alfa Romeo team? Or are you looking for
Yeah.
another team next season?
I want to stay with Alpha, as they gave me a chance to get into the sport.
Well, nonetheless. So Canada, you say you're looking forward to Canada. Where are we going to expect to see you back on the podium?
Yes. Hopefully a podium streak will start to happen.
Well, phenomenal to see Ghost Cam joining us as always on the podium. Thank you to both you drivers for joining us, and JD. DC. Try again. Come on, one name. It's one name. It's eventually there. There we go. DJ. DJ Clarkson obviously off to the shower. So he spoiled himself for getting a shower because I don't get one of those after SFR. Nonetheless, though, Caldwell, how was that race for you?
Yeah, it was a really, really good race. I really enjoyed it. Well done to the top three as always for putting on a great race. Making it a really good race. One of the only people who did not crash out, DJ Clarkson. I think he performed amazingly today. We got to give credit to Podge and Cam for coming through the field from their crashes and making it back up to the podium.
Yes, they really did do a very good job at battling through. So, what's happening next in SFR? The next stream will be Gp3, which I'll be heading with. I believe I've got Alex this week on the commentary with me. I'll be seeing what the Gp3 drivers can do around this track and see how many safety cars they'll produce us. Gp4 still producing us with no safety cars, which is very good because they're nice and well behaved here in Gp4. then we'll be seeing you again, Cadwell, on Wednesday. Do you know who you've got on commentary on Wednesday?
Well, at the moment, I think it's James Killer, but it could be It could maybe be Festa joining as well. We don't know at the moment.
Ooh, controversy. So, are you going to need a bigger boat? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
We're currently in a
probably.
dinghy in the harbour.
Yeah, I probably need a yacht.
Well, I'm sure Lee can stretch to get you one. And on Thursday, you'll be seeing me once more on Thursday with the Premier drivers. See how they can do around this track and see if they can make me giggle and laugh like we did last season. Nonetheless, it was a brilliant race, but I think it's time to say goodbye. What do you think, James? Any closing remarks?
Yeah, goodbye. It's been a great race, and hope to see these again in Canada.
Well, it has truly been a good race. My name is Joe B. Thank you so much for watching us here in GP4. Thank you, James, for joining me on commentary and letting me take today's stream.
That's alright. Anytime.
And we will see you next time. If you're not watching any more races, GP4 will be heading to Canada next Monday. Make sure you enjoy us and make sure you join us for the remainder of the season. There's still a lot more to go and a lot more races to have some fun at. My name is JB. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you later. Ta-ra, guys!